Well, good morning, guys. I am obviously not on a trail yet, surprisingly. So the gate was closed for Avery Creek Road. So I have to do a quick road walk to get to the start of the trail, which then continues the road walk until the actual trail starts. But today I'm visiting two waterfalls, ideally Clawhammer Falls and Twin Falls here in Pisgah National Forest. It is a beautiful day out, but it is only a whopping 27 degrees at the moment. So it is in fact quite chilly. Rocking my Light Heart Gear microgrid fleece this morning because I am anticipating getting a lot warmer as I walk. I do have a pair of gloves in my bag just in case I need it, and I always forget that November's hunting season. I did remember today, so I've got my nice hunter orange fleece on, but I'm excited for the hike today. It looks like it'll be a bit of a challenge. I was the first person to park at the trailhead, although a little weird thing coming in here, there's a lot of campsites on Avery Creek Road, and it looked like only one of them was actually occupied. All the other ones had like abandoned tents or like abandoned cars at them, so it was a little bit weird coming in here this morning. Getting treated to a pretty little creek view. Hopefully I don't meet anybody on the trail this morning unless it's coming back down when I'm done. This one seems to be an all trail special this morning, aka could be hiking 7 miles, could be hiking 15 miles. I'm not really sure, but the general consensus is that the mileage is more than what All Trails has listed. So we'll see how this goes. It's just after 8 a.m. Should have plenty of time to get in and get out on this loop today, and hopefully get to show you guys some beautiful waterfalls. Oh, well, that's why the road wasn't open to the trailhead. Okay, so according to my GPS, I've had to park about 0.4 miles from the start of the trail, which appeared to be at the stables here in Pisgah National Forest, and they're closed right now. Not sure if that's a wintertime thing or really just a road thing, probably just a road thing. But now I have officially joined the road that is part of the trail and should be getting on trail, looks like within half a mile, at the most a mile, because this is considered part of the trail for the loop that I'm doing on All Trails. So here we go. A beautiful little waterfall down there. I don't think it's either of the waterfalls that I've come to see so far, but it is really pretty. A little bit of mud and a small creek crossing. My feet just got wet on that creek crossing, and it is very, very cold. My toes are very cold. I know my shoes are squishy. Oh boy. It's a lot of water crossings on this hike so far. So I just came across this super random kind of paved section of trail in the middle of the woods where the rest of the trail is actual trail, and I have no idea why it's here, but it is fascinating. So one thing I've noticed with this trail is that with a lot of these water crossings, you'll notice the blaze on the other side, but this is not a particularly great place to cross this creek. However, to the right is a very well-defined trail that should reconnect right on the other side. It has a much easier water crossing. So far, I think this is my 4th or 5th water crossing on this trail. You can get across almost all of them with your feet dry so far, except the one where I got dunked in both shoes. But otherwise, it's been pretty good. Twin Falls, there's the first falls up there on the right, and this spectacularly huge, and then the second falls there on the left. I'm gonna try to get a little closer and get a better view, but this is absolutely gorgeous, and you can see them both just from one spot. It's so pretty. There's just a hint of a rainbow at the base of the falls to the left. Okay, so I'm just leaving the Twin Falls area. It was absolutely gorgeous. You get a spectacular view of the falls to your right when you're first walking in, and then you get a very up close and personal view of the falls to your left. If you want a closer view of the falls to your right, you do have to bushwhack a little bit, but it's definitely worth it. It was super pretty. It was a little confusing finding the All Trails Trail to get back out again, because it's almost like you're retracing your steps, so you're actually going on a smaller trail to the left of where you came in, and as you can tell, just slipped on a root. It definitely looks like the trail less traveled, but that was such a beautiful double falls view, and we've still got one more falls to go on this hike. So because you start this trail near the horse stables, there's horse hitching posts along the trail, and horses can actually use parts of this trail. I'm not sure about all of it because some sections are really narrow, but it looks like it'd be beautiful from horseback or on foot. There's another random partially paved section for no apparent reason. Okay, so I'm about halfway through and decided to stop for a little snack, and 'tis the season for Little Debbie Christmas trees, so cheers, guys. So I definitely could be wrong, but this looks like it was probably a mudslide from Helene, which thankfully the mud's all packed down now, so super easy to walk across. But it definitely looks like this area took a hit when the storm came through. Okay, so I'm a little over 5 miles and 2¼ hours into my hike, and I finally just saw my first person on this trail, and it was a mountain biker going the opposite direction. Good luck to him, have fun. Trail's a little muddy, but yeah, it's kind of weird. It's the only person I've seen so far today, which has been really nice, to be honest, because the trail has been super pretty, and I'm very selfishly grateful to have it all to myself. This area is actually so pretty right here. So you remember that first waterfall that I showed you guys from like way up on the trail? I have officially looped almost the entire trail at this point, and I'm fairly certain that that first waterfall was actually Clawhammer Falls. I think if you take the Avery Creek Trail, which continues farther up that way, you can get a really good view of the falls. I'm just not doing that today. My hips are starting to complain about carrying around the extra weight of a baby. So I'm just gonna keep trucking. Got another little creek crossing behind me, but it's been a really beautiful trail so far, and no regrets. All right, so I just connected my loop where I started this morning, and now I've just got the road walk all the way back to my car. That was a really beautiful hike. The hike out to Twin Falls was 100% worth it. I did the loop clockwise. No, I did it counterclockwise. this way, clockwise. I did the loop clockwise, and that was a really good decision. I felt like the gains and losses were super manageable. It definitely does not look as aggressive or intimidating as the far out map, not far out, All Trails map makes it look. It was a super beautiful hike. Did have a number of water crossings, so you may or may not get your feet wet. You just gotta be smart about how you're crossing. And honestly, would definitely hike again, for sure. And yeah, I think I missed Clawhammer Falls up close and personal. I think if you added the little spur out on Avery Creek, you'd definitely be able to get right up next to that falls, because I did see a trail from the top down that ran pretty close to that falls. So if that's something that you guys want to add up close and personal to your hike, you can definitely add that little loop. I'm not sure how much mileage it adds, but I'll let you guys know when I get back to my car what the final mileage of the day was. But this was a great hike, really enjoyed myself, and it's definitely warmed up. Not enough for me to quite justify taking my fleece off yet, but it feels fantastic. I love hiking in shoulder season. It's just such good weather. All right, so I basically made it back to my car. It ended up being about a 7.7 mile round trip. So actually the All Trails mileage was pretty correct, because it said 6.7 miles for the trail, and I parked almost a mile round trip away with the stable closure. So if you are gonna hike this trail, just be prepared to do like an extra mile basically to get in and out of it. But it was a really beautiful trail. I had a blast, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did and will come along for my next adventure. Happy trails, be safe out there.